Meghan Markle hosted a roundtable discussion with the next generation of young women. The Duchess of Sussex chatted with members of Girls Inc. in partnership with the National Law Center about their experiences throughout the pandemic and how to better prepare society for a woman led world. Well, the Duchess has been very busy, even though we don't see her as often as we like to. And, like everyone else, I gravitated toward the paparazzi photo of the Duchess of Sussex walking with Archie. However, I did not share that photo, and I feel uncomfortable about it. But like other people, I'm anxious to see how she's doing. I want to know, a lot of things, but it's important that we all maintain a certain amount of patience with the Duchess because I think with Meghan and Harry is kind of like the metaphor of the duck on the pond. Even though they are gliding along ever so gracefully, their feet are kicking away under the water. So just trust the process. They're doing a lot of things. This article is actually from Bazaar, Harper's Bazaar. And it goes on to say that Duchess Meghan further proves that she's an advocate for the next generation of girls. Per Archewell official website, the Duchess of Sussex hosted a roundtable discussion with members of Girl Inc. and the National Women's Law Center and gave young girls a platform to speak out about a breadth of challenges their generation is facing at this moment. The virtual discussion includes a passionate group of 13 to 18-year-olds, primarily girls of color, who are solidifying their roles as burgeoning activists around subjects of education, social justice, and health and wellness in their own schools and communities. So there you have it. But not to sound like church lady, but well. The devil has been busy this week, hasn't he? And what I mean about that is, let's see, Kate Middleton. Did you see the article? And mind you, I'd like to say that I just glance at these things, but it wouldn't be clickbait if I didn't click on it. And I am unmoved by the negativity, and I never will be because I know the devil is in the details, so I'm unmoved by that negativity. But Kate Middleton couldn't understand why Prince Harry had never met his bride's father before their wedding and was worried that Meghan Markle appeared embarrassed of some family members' royal author claims. Well, royal author, royal expert, royal reporter, all of these people, they give me gas. They give me such gas. And the reason why is because there's no limit to their imagination. And this firsthand knowledge of information that obviously was passed on either in their imagination or someone trying to spin something out of the palace, it is exhausting. I had certain feelings about Meghan's father before the wedding, and I don't know if I'm really prepared. Well, okay, I'll just say it. Um, I didn't want him to walk her down the aisle, and I know that this sounds like that friend that seems to have known everything before it happened, and they carry on like there's some type of shaman or something or some kind of prophet. No, I just I as George W. Bush says, I looked into his soul or looked into his eyes and saw his soul. Whatever that saying is about him meeting um, some dictator or whatever. Um, that's I just had a feeling about it, and it made me uncomfortable. And in my imagination, I was like, oh God, please let it be Barack Obama or something like that. Anybody but her father. And I thought it was strange that Harry, it was reported Harry never actually met her father before the wedding. I thought that was strange. But, it's not my place to question that publicly. And because I'm not famous, who gives a rat's behind what I thought about it? But I did say it to a few friends. And if called to the witness stand, they would say, yes, yes, that's what he said. So, um, but whether or not Kate Middleton had anything to say about that, I mean, come on, look at Gary Goldstein, is it? Look at her uncle. Now, that's probably someone that you might want to keep private too, but yet he's everywhere. And he's always got a comment about Meghan and Harry, so. My point is, every family has something like that going on. Um, so who knows what Kate said or did not say, or how she felt about it, or I um I would like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, especially when I don't have firsthand knowledge. However, I will convey certain feelings or ideas based on my gut instincts or intuition. The other thing that happened this week, dazzling, confident, and self assured woman. Kate Middleton radiates confidence and resilience like a queen. Or, I'm sorry, like the queen. Well, that may all be true, but I'm seeing a pattern here. And the pattern for the past couple weeks, I mean, the pattern may have well been patented a long time ago, or for you people from the UK, patented a long time ago. But um, since Meghan's arrival, there's been this constant big them up so that they can tear her down. Big them up so they can tear them down. And unfortunately, Kate Middleton seems as though she's being pulled into this problem of the, I guess, the shaping of Meghan's image, where they constantly compare the two. That's not fair to Kate Middleton. Now, I don't know whether she's wearing a white hat or whether she's wearing a black hat. In other words, good cop or bad cop, good guy or bad guy. I really don't know because I don't know her. And for that matter, I don't know any of them. But again, as an outside observer, I'm just going to be very neutral because that is where Kate is concerned. Because Kate Middleton, um, she doesn't say much and she doesn't show a card. She plays her hand close to her vest, and I'm not saying that in some way that she's trying to be devious or anything like that. Again, I don't know. So I'd rather not say at this point. So, again, it's unfortunate that whether she's an innocent or a guilty party is really unfortunate that Kate Middleton finds herself um, being consumed by this situation. Especially, it's unfortunate if indeed she's a truly innocent party. The other thing that happened this week was he's feeling embarrassed, regretful, and awkward. Now, apparently, someone has gotten into Harry's mind and decided that Prince Harry has certain, I guess, embarrassment or embarrassing feelings about the Oprah interview. Prince Harry feels awkward after Oprah Winfrey interview and now facing the and is now facing the consequences. Okay? Prince Harry is regretful, embarrassed about the Oprah Winfrey interview. Whether or not he is, um, Harry has given so many interviews over the years, and you can handpick a few of them where Harry has let his feelings lay bare about his role in the royal family. That's nothing new. Everyone knows how Harry feels about the royal family. It doesn't mean that he feels any apathy toward the entire family. It doesn't mean that he has a hostility toward the entire family. It just means that, again, the institution, the firm. And as we watched the Oprah interview, there was one thing that really stuck in my mind is the idea of the family as an institution. The family is just that, a family, and then, of course, the firm. And some of these roles are interchangeable. But the men in gray suits, that conjures up all type of images in our mind. And in our minds, I guess if I'll speak for myself, we can kind of see what Princess Diana was seeing in the family. Um, and I guess you could take that to whatever degree you like. But as an African American, I would have to say I see it in a certain way that only an African American can see it. And I don't know, maybe the black Brits see it the same way, perhaps. I don't know. But um, so straying from that point of whether or not he feels regretful or embarrassed, I would have to say that for Harry, I think that the greater issue is the fact that I found a woman that I love and I brought her home to my family. Okay? And I'm going to leave that wide open. You just throw something in the comments and complete that statement. I found a woman that I love. I fell in love with this amazing woman and I brought her home to my family. And this woman has gone from being loved and admired and cherished by her coworkers and by her family. Yes, I did say her family. Not exactly all of her family. There's one side that seems to have decided to have one. There's one side that is very protective of her, even though they're not as close to her as they used to be. And then there's another side of the family that would like to make us believe that they literally gave Meghan acting lessons. They were her professors in university. They were the street sweepers that kept the street that she lived on clean. I mean, they were all inclusive, this other side of her family. And the one thing that the other side has in common is that they all seem to conduct themselves in a way that is very unbecoming of someone who supposedly loves anyone. So, okay, how's that for choosing my words carefully? I'm trying. But you understand what I'm saying. I'm being very charitable right now. But that other side of her family has certain things that are attributes that would make someone like me say, God, I hope he doesn't walk her down the aisle. Okay. And then there's actually there were two of these. There were two of these. Um, well, I'll do this one first. Okay, no, I'm going to skip that one. I don't give a rat's behind about that one either. Okay, let's go to the photos. The photos. And by the way, I'm promising you, I'm working on doing this live. As you know, my channel is about a year old, but the content hasn't been consistent until what, a couple weeks ago. So I just got a proper microphone, and now you can hear every gurgle of my torso. I just got a proper microphone, so I hope that this is so much better than that thing I was rocking before. That being, of course, my cell phone. Um, Kate and William's family beach video seems wistfully and casual compared to the ambiguous black and white snaps of Meghan and Archie on the sand, but both put their children center stage, photography expert reveals. Okay, so on the one hand, you have Kate looks away to avoid being the focus. There's a casual pose, wistful colored filter, and then there's the contrast. Post production retouching, emphasis on the child, black and white, ambiguity. So, again, there goes that comparison. Meghan mentioned this in the Oprah interview, is that why do you have to love one and hate the other? Why must there be that choice? Why is this like a soft drink war or a chicken sandwich war or burger war or any kind of war? Why is it that? Why is this like a political race? You can't just casually like one and maybe feel more connected to the other. You have to shop and compare. So, looking at the comments about the photos, I think it's and especially the children are involved. That's what makes this so sick. That's what makes this so sick. Now, as you know, one of the brands of the Sussex family is the sepia tones, the black and white photos. Um, and I would like to believe that they have consciously tried to prevent the overexposing themselves. And in exchange for that, they have, I guess, created this appetite to pick everything apart. Wrong. They would do that anyway. That's the whole point. They would do that anyway. They'll find something. They'll find something to focus on. Anything. Even if there's like a fallen lash on the cheek. Obviously, that person is suffering from alopecia of the eyelashes or something. Whatever. They'll find something to criticize. So, anyway, that was one comparison. The other, of course, is the pose. You know what pose I'm speaking about, don't you? That was the pose between the Cambridges. The Cambridges are celebrating their 10th anniversary, and I'm sure we all applaud them for that. And they released some photos, of course, and it's the one photo in particular of the Cambridges cuddled up together, where Kate has kind of fallen into his lap ever so casually, and we are led to believe that there's absolutely nothing staged about that photo. Nothing at all. That is supposed to be just casually Cambridge. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm gonna use that again. Casually Cambridge, and I'll use that voice when I say it. Casually Cambridge. A new fragrance is called casually Cambridge. Anyway, they were being very casual with one another. And so, of course, there's someone out there who decided that they were an expert on everything that felt a need to compare the Cambridge photo to the Sussex photo of the very heavily pregnant Meghan and, of course, the Duke. Yeah, I believe her head is like cradled on his thigh or whatever, and he's stroking her hair. So they said, there was no ambiguities about that. It was said, okay, we had a photographer, we used an iPad, and he said, do this, do that, and that's how we took the picture. Now they admitted that that's exactly what happened, and so I don't know why there's this big fuss about a photo that was actually, I guess, orchestrated from a photographer thousands of miles away. And it was their way of celebrating a special moment. And I really feel for Harry. And I feel for Meghan. But Harry I grew up with, okay? Or should I say I watched him grow. And for Harry, I've seen the pain, I've seen the anguish that he suffered in his life. And in spite of everything that he's done for his family, that he's done for his country, they will not allow for him to have any type of happiness. Everything is stripped away. As long as he was the court jester, as long as he was the dancing fool, the ambassador of fuzziness, as long as he was doing all those things, he was okay. But the minute he fell in love with someone like-minded, someone with the same vision about the world, whatever you think of how they decide to save the world, and I do say save the world, you're going to have someone say that they're trying to conquer the world. That's not the point. Meghan was quite the catch, and she could have married anyone. But she chose him, he chose her, and they're happy together. And it's like the tabloids are casting this spell to try to tear them apart, to try to shame him into walking away from her. And that's really disgusting. He's paid a very heavy price for his privileged birth. He's paid a huge price for it, and dare I say, a greater price than most people in that family. So, that's just something to think about. And I think I'm just about ready to wrap this up. I got one more thing on my mind. The other thing that's on my mind is Harry should have better prepared Meghan Markle for royal life, but didn't want to put her off by explaining how hard she would have to work, royal expert claims. How hard she would have to work. Let me say that again. Does this thing work? You know I'm about to go there, right? Harry should have better prepared Meghan Markle for royal life, but he didn't want to put her off by explaining how hard she would have to work, royal expert claims. Meghan has done nothing but work hard her entire life. Meghan, the letter writer, the campaigner for women's rights. Meghan, who literally put herself out there as an activist. Meghan, who took food to the food pantry or shelter after working on her job as a television star, and even commandeered even even what is the term that I'm looking for? Conscripted the other people on staff, the other actors, to do the same. Now, if that's being a bully, then so be it. But that's the Meghan we're talking about. Um, and if you're going to speak of Meghan and hard work, at least tell the truth. Tell the truth about Meghan and hard work, because Meghan is very hardworking. And no matter how I feel about her father or I feel about her mother, she's had the blessing of very hardworking parents, and I know what that's like. And there's a lot of sacrificing that's taking place so that you can have, so that the family can be provided for. And that to me is a very painful insult. The way that this is worded, he didn't want to put her off with hard work. I witnessed, I witnessed from afar, like everyone else, but I'm not going to conveniently forget this, but I witnessed how hard Meghan worked. Let us not forget the Hub Kitchen cookbook. Let us not forget the fashion line for welfare to work. If I'm sorry if that's insulting, but that's one of the terms we use here where I'm from, is the welfare to work, where you're trying to get women back into the workforce. So, um, she had that clothing line. There's so many things that Meghan has done. There's so many things that Harry has done in service of their fellow human being, and they get absolutely no credit for it from the very vicious, very racist, and very malicious British press, the tabloid press. And really, is there any difference between one or the other? They get no credit for that. But they're not making it about themselves. They're not making it about themselves. And even Prince Charles, um, which I'll talk about him another time, I believe his motto is "I serve." I serve. Um, I like that, because being in service of your fellow human being is probably the greatest blessing that you can have. And the reason why I feel that way is because in my own personal life, if I'm able to help you, then I must be blessed in some kind of way if I can possibly help you. So there you have it. Um, that's a few of the things that was on my mind. Um, Dan Wooten is Dan Wooten. Oh God, why did I say that man's name? Kate may have forgiven Harry, but will William ever forgive Meghan? uh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, you guys just again leave the comments. Anyway, so I'm gonna close. It is Friday night. Um, I'm gonna edit this with a couple of photos that I think will kind of explain a few things, especially the one that I hope I remember to insert where Harry looks thrilled to be at a function with his family. And I tell you, for someone who was comfortable, not very comfortable, he loves his family, and he, adores his grandmother, his commander in chief. And in spite of everything that he felt inside, he was a good soldier, and he continues to be a good soldier, but he's just serving in a different way. So, anyway, don't forget to like and share. Also, look for the link for my Patreon. Um, I'm having a contest. Who's going to be the first to reach out on my Patreon? Please don't let it be me. I'm just trying to see how it actually works. Does that sound too pathetic? But anyway, yeah, somebody reach out and touch my Patreon. God, that sounds kinky. Okay, so I'm out of here. Oh, by the way, I'm Baron, and I hope that I hope to work out some technical stuff so that I can eventually go live. And please like and share this channel. I want this to be a platform and a format for people who are not hating the Sussexes for the sake of hating. For people who want to share positive thoughts and feelings, or even allow me to share my thoughts and feelings about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And I have some great ideas for some up and coming videos or podcasts. I'm not sure how to word that. But anyway, I got some really good ideas. And yeah, and if you have some ideas for something that you would like to hear my thoughts or discuss or something like that, or maybe eventually I can actually go live. Again, I'm just trying to work out all of the technical stuff, so just bear with me and help me grow this channel. Okay, thank you so much. God bless.